In this area, there's not many lifelines and there's not a lot of help. Our Father, who art in heaven. It's been ignored for too many generations.
I do not know a single family that has not been devastated by addiction in one form or another.
We don't wait for the lifeline to come down. We as individual people, as human beings, can be the lifeline.
We are combating a true evil in a land of very unique spiritual power.
If we don't do this, our culture is gone. If we don't unite to fight this evil thing, we're lost, we're doomed. We need help, desperate help. A lot of people are afraid to speak out, and we're gonna be here for them. We're talking for everybody. We have 1,800 souls that we are representing from the small communities that are not getting no representation at all. Certain families are controlling everything, and it's wrong. Politics around here only caters to certain families, period. So if you're not in that political arena, you're not gonna get a job in the county, you're not gonna get a job in the city, you know? We all need representation, all the elderly. They've lost everybody in their lives. So from now on in, we will fight for justice for our people, and we will go and march on the governor that we need a field medical hospital to detoxify all our addicted people, especially those that are employed. And it was all in memory and dedication to the people that were on that cross, all the people that have perished and died.
It was for a purpose. They wanted prayer. They wanted them to be remembered. They wanted help.
Man, people were crying signing this thing, and they said, wow, it's about time somebody starts doing something. They were crying signing the petitions, telling me, well, I'm gonna sign, you know, it can't help me much anymore because I lost my sons, my daughters, my granddaughter, my grandson. And they're saying, we've already lost all my bloodline. And that really broke my heart. There has been so much death here. I'm surprised there's not a memoriam or a memorial to all these people, you know, because they are not criminals. They were the casualties of this war, casualties of the sickness of drugs. They're casualties. The casualties of war are honored. They're not condemned. You know, the casualties from a war are honored, you know, and I believed that they needed to be honored. And that was the whole thing about it. I needed to honor our dead. They're not going to die in vain.
The political establishment has in my opinion, very deliberately, methodically, and in an orchestrated manner done as much as it could to ignore this problem.
What did they think was going to happen? You know, what was going to happen to the elderly? There's a whole generation that's lost.
It has to do with the power behind it, the money behind it, and a lot of the political denial that's gone on.
There was a price tag put on the backs of these addicts.
How can Chimayo, the site of one of the most powerful healing places in the Southwest, the site where tens of thousands of people make their pilgrimage, be also the community where so much of the heroin is coming out of? I think there's been methodical, historical, deliberate attacks on those places and institutions and places of power that our people were rooted in.
We have an epidemic that is out of control. It's just straight up out of control out in the norte. And that's why I came today, because I thought that the governor was going to come out here and greet us. We made this appointment. Hermano Pedro made this appointment months ago, but no one's here.
We're here.
Yes, we're here.
To get there and wait and nobody comes out was like reliving everyone's hurt all over again and feeling this hopelessness and thinking, why aren't we important?
It only takes the faith of as little as a mustard seed, but look at how many of us are here today. And I know that I stand here as a mom, and I know that I'm not going to turn my back on my family.
In our culture here in northern New Mexico, when someone's down, we don't just walk over them or leave them behind. We help them up.
We were one with this land, that we understood the sacredness of Mother Earth and our relationship to all that the Creator had given. That severing and that separation from the land as part of our historical trauma that's yet to be reconciled or addressed.
You hear it everywhere, you know. If they wanted to, they'd stop. And it's not like that at all. You know, it's something deeper.
And now, our families are being severed by this addiction and by this misunderstanding of how it needs to be addressed. The real dilemma, the source of the greater pain, is the historical trauma. That separation historically from the land and from the culture, that which rooted us and which gave us that cultural and spiritual strength.
Individuals, they're using because they're medicating something, they're covering it up, they're trying to heal something that they can't see.
They don't know even what they're crying for. They don't know what it is that's missing inside that they're looking for. But we have found that it is in the ancient wisdom. They are looking for that cultural grounding. They want to know who and what they are and what their place and responsibility in this world is. I speak with anger, un coraje, because for 7 years, the person sitting in that desk up there that has the greatest responsibility has done the least to address this issue. These grave signs need to be placed on her desk.
A lot of these petitions have a lot of tears on them. Please handle them with care. A lot of our people have lost all their families and they were crying while they were signing these petitions.
Can I ask what it's regarding?
Yes, ma'am. We're trying to see if the governor can declare a state of emergency for northern New Mexico. I have not yet had a handshake from a politician, a county leader, a city leader, the state, the governor's office, senators, nobody. I'll read it to you real quick. With state of emergency drug epidemic, northern New Mexico, help save our culture. It seems like a form of taboo or something. For several decades, we have been in heavily oppressed, repressed, and dire situation in regard to losing large number of souls, to include teens, young, and adults, as well as elderly citizens, to drug infestation, both legal and illegal drugs. All I'm saying is we need to work together and help each other. You know, we need a treatment facility. I suggested the El Rito campus. I mean, it's a beautiful facility. It's vacant, it's empty. Let's build a field hospital.
It's time for change. We need change. We need someone in there that is going to represent northern New Mexico, represent us and fight for us.
We have the power to heal even the historical hurt and traumas. We have the power to reconcile and be released from the impact of what that trauma means.
While there's breath, there's hope. And I think that's something very important that we need to hang on to.
The age of groups of addiction has scattered in both directions. Currently, it's trickled down to adolescence and gone up in some cases to great-grandparent ages.
There is no path of liberation out of those addictions without a spiritual path.
But please, we need to know if you can, that cross means a lot to a lot of people. So please take care of those crosses with respect. And if in case you don't want them around, just please call me.
The generations are now among us that are going to bring us back to that understanding. They will be those conveyors or those interpreters of the ancient wisdom that is now, I believe, going to come back to the people.
I just feel that, you know, we have a way to help us ourselves. It's just somewhere along the line someone came in and told us how we are supposed to take care of ourselves, and now we're in a world of hurt. We're dying.
I tell people from Taos, Los Alamos, Santa Fe, they need to help us. The thing is, they need to travel through Española. They need to travel through Rio River County. If you're gonna go to towns, you're gonna have to travel through here. If you're going to Los Alamos, you're gonna have to travel here. You need to travel through this area, and you can't put blinders to see the problem. If we don't do this, our culture is gone. We need to save our culture. If we don't do this together, we're gonna be weeded out like the way it happened in Santa Fe, Taos, Los Alamos. Our culture is just gonna disappear, and modern dominant culture is gonna take over. That's just the way it is, plain and simple.